Good afternoon. I hope this message finds you doing very well as you are preparing for your informative speeches here that are due on Saturday at midnight. I want to give you 4 tips that I think will really help improve your delivery for this speech and then ultimately help you earn the grade that you want to get on this informative speech. So here are my 4 tips for delivery based on the personal statement speech and some things that I think that we could have done a little bit better. Number 1 is eye contact. I really want you to focus on maintaining sustained eye contact with each individual member of your audience. That means looking at audience members for 3 to 4 seconds before you choose to shift your eye contact to a different audience member. Many of you focused on the camera, some of you focused on looking off yonder, looking at blank walls, looking at the floor, looking anywhere but at the audience. Some of you had the typewriter effect where you kind of just went bump, 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 without actually physically maintaining eye contact with members of the audience. So it's your job as a speaker to engage the audience, to make them feel a part of this process by looking at them directly in the eye for 3 to 4 seconds, and then shift your eye contact to the next audience member. Number 2, avoid reading your evidence cards. So many of you, I know, based on my experience, will simply read your evidence cards to us, okay? This is a speech, not a reading contest, and it's meant to be extemporaneous, meaning with limited notes. So I encourage you to put as few words as possible on your evidence cards, paraphrase that information in your own words, and only include evidence as essential to developing the ideas that you want to have developed. Do not read your evidence cards to the audience. So I encourage you to spend some time getting to know your evidence cards so that when you go to actually deliver the speech, you can deliver that part of the speech extemporaneously, just like the rest of the speech, and avoid literally reading to your audience, which there's nothing worse than being read to when it's meant to be a speech. Number 3, bring the energy. Some of you look bored out of your minds on the personal statement speech, and I know some of you were really nervous, and that's to be expected. But bring some energy to the speech. Show your passion. You all selected these topics for a reason. I didn't force you to talk about these topics. These were not topics given to you. These were topics that you chose from your own list of topics that you wanted to speak on in this informative speech. Show your energy because that is infectious. The audience will tend to listen to you if you show energy for what you're talking about. It's your job to get me to want to listen to you. It's not my job to listen to you. It's your job to make me want to engage in this conversation. The way you do that is by bringing the energy and showing your passion for this topic. And the last delivery tip is your posture. Many of you were rocking back and forth in your personal statement speeches. You kept shifting your weight. You were not standing tall. Some of you looked like you had ants in your pants, like you wanted to go to the bathroom. You kept moving all over the place. Plant your feet and stand with a tall posture. Put equal weight on both feet. Make sure your feet are shoulder width apart, your chin slightly up, and maintain that confidence posture throughout. I know a lot of you have nervous habits that tend to kick in without us even knowing it, so I highly encourage you to practice in front of a mirror to see what is my posture doing and what does my posture communicate. Oftentimes when you're slumped over and you begin shifting weight, that communicates something to the audience, that you're nervous. Maybe you're not confident in what you're talking about. So again, your body movements, your nonverbals say a lot about you as a speaker. And in some cases, it says more about you as a speaker than your actual words. So make sure that you're displaying a confident posture. So those 4 tips to earn a better grade when it comes to delivery: eye contact, reading evidence cards, energy, and posture. Because you took the time to watch this video and listen to these tips, I'm going to give you an extension on your informative speech. They will not be due now until Sunday at midnight. But that's only for people who watch this video. If you watch this video and your classmate or friend didn't, don't tell them about the extension. This is only a benefit to those of you that took the time to listen to this video and get those 4 tips to earn a better grade on your informative speech, specifically as it relates to the delivery. So again, for those that watched, your speeches will now be due Sunday at midnight. That's a one-day extension from what it was. All right? Until I see your speeches next week, happy practicing informative speeches. Get out and enjoy the day, and best of luck to you, and I look forward to seeing your speeches here starting next week.